You ever stop and wonder how your tiny, everyday decisions, like, what you grab for lunch, somehow connect to these huge global trends you see on the news? Well, that connection, it's all about the two sides of economics. And today, we're going to break it all down.
It really starts with a question that sounds kind of weird, right? What in the world does the price of a bottle of water have to do with the entire national budget? I mean, they feel like they're from completely different universes. But as you're about to see, they are way more connected than you think.
So to really get that connection, you've got to look at the economy through two different lenses. And look, we're not talking about two separate economies. It's the same system, just two different ways of seeing it.
Yeah, the best way to think about it is like a camera. You have one camera, but to really capture a scene, you need more than one lens, right? You need your close-up lens for all the little details, and then you need that wide-angle lens to take in the whole big view.
And these, right here, are our two lenses. First, you've got microeconomics. That's our close-up lens, focusing on the small picture. You, me, individual businesses. Then you've got macroeconomics. That's when we zoom all the way out to see the big picture, the entire economy of a country, or even the whole world.
Okay, so let's grab that close-up lens first. We're going to zoom right in and take a look at the world of microeconomics. This is where it all begins, really, down at the individual level.
Okay, picture this, a tomato seller in the middle of the huge, bustling Mile 12 market in Lagos. Her daily grind is a perfect, real-world example of microeconomics. She's not thinking about global trade deficits. She's thinking about her stall, right here, right now.
So every single day, she's got this puzzle to solve. What's the right price? If she goes too high, people are just going to walk right by. But if she goes too low, well, she won't make enough money to stay in business. Finding that sweet spot, that's her daily challenge. And that right there, that constant balancing act between price and what people are willing to pay and her own profit, that is the heart and soul of microeconomics. It's all about individual choices in a specific market. And get this isn't just for small market sellers. That woman in Lagos and the top executives at Apple trying to price the next iPhone, they are wrestling with the exact same microeconomic problem. Seriously, the scale is wildly different, but the fundamental logic, it's identical.
So, at the end of the day, microeconomics helps us make sense of the world right in front of us. It answers questions like, hey, why did the price of bread just jump up? Or how does that corner shop decide what to sell? It even explains our own little habits as shoppers.
All right, you ready? Let's switch to that wide-angle lens. It is time to zoom way out and look at the big picture, the world of macroeconomics. This is where all those millions of small individual decisions start to clump together and create something much, much bigger.
So here's a classic example of macroeconomics at work. Let's say the government decides to increase the minimum wage across the country. Great for individual workers, right? But hold on, businesses now have higher costs. So to cover those costs, many of them start raising their prices. And when that happens all over the country, you get nationwide inflation. The cost of living goes up for everyone. It's like a ripple effect.
Or think about it like this. When a country's central bank raises interest rates, it suddenly gets more expensive for everyone to borrow money. We're talking about families trying to buy a car, big companies trying to build new factories, everyone. And that's the whole point. It's a move designed to slow down spending across the entire economy. So you can see, macroeconomics is asking the huge questions. It's not about one person losing their job. It's about what causes unemployment nationwide. It's not about the price of tomatoes. It's about why your money doesn't go as far as it used to. It's all about the health of the entire economic engine.
Okay, so we've seen the close-up and we've seen the wide angle. Now for the most important part, seeing how these two things aren't separate at all, how they click together to create one single picture.
And if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Micro and macro are not two different things. They're two sides of the same coin. They are totally, completely intertwined. You literally can't have one without the other.
Just think it through. When thousands of individual shop owners, like our tomato seller, all decide to raise their prices just a little bit, boom, you get national inflation. When tons of students decide to start their own little online businesses, boom, the national employment rate gets a little better. See, the big macro outcomes are just the grand total of millions of tiny micro decisions.
I think this is the best way to visualize it. Think of every single microeconomic choice. You buying a coffee, a company hiring a new person, our friends selling a tomato as one single piece of a giant jigsaw puzzle.
And macroeconomics?
That's the finished picture. It's what you see only when all those millions and millions of tiny pieces are snapped into place. It's the whole shebang. You can't possibly understand the final picture without looking at the individual pieces, and the individual pieces don't really make sense until you see how they fit into the whole.
And that brings us right back to you. Every choice you make, every single day, every dollar you spend, every hour you work is another piece being placed into that giant economic puzzle. So the only real question left is, what picture are your choices helping to create?